first sentence of the acknowledgments made me laugh out loud. This took 10 years to write, and I just burst out because I was like, Chris, you silly person. Why do you think it's only going to take a couple months or a couple years of effort for you to do these big things that you want to do? That's not going to be the case, and that's okay. We just have to come back, and I'm speaking to myself, but to you as well, if you want to hear it like that. I had the realization today that good things take time. Now, I know you've heard this, I've heard it as well, but the more I go about pursuing the things that I care about, the firmer this thing gets rooted in my body. It's not learning, it's relearning. We do our best to go from here to here, intellectual understanding of, to embodying of that principle, taking your action to align with that understanding. But it's not this easy, oh, I get it, to reality. If that were the case, life would be easy, right? I think it, I do it. Now we want to get there, but it takes a lot of work. And what made this realization come home today, I just finished a book, and the first sentence of the acknowledgments made me laugh out loud. This took 10 years to write, and I just burst out because I was like, Chris, you silly person. Why do you think it's only going to take a couple months or a couple years of effort for you to do these big things that you want to do? That's not going to be the case, and that's okay. We just have to come back, and I'm speaking to myself, but to you as well, if you want to hear it like that. It's a game of left, right, left, right. We got to just keep moving. If you just step out and you think, okay, hey, 10 years, time is not all that's required, right? We need to work towards that thing, obviously. Otherwise, nothing's going to get done. But on the same side, we can't just expect something to happen just because we put some work towards it. If you really care about something, you have to continue with it. Pursue past the easy. Many people fall off, and I do too, but you have to get back on, right? Again, it's not how you fall, it's how you get up. We all know this, but we need to know it here. We need to feel it and embody that principle, continuing with the journey. The example that comes to mind here is when I played spike ball with my friend during summers and all this good stuff. It's about get up time. It's like you can dive for something, and if you get it, beautiful shot. You can't just lie there on the floor, right? Awesome shot, hard work, you're on the floor. You got to get up and be ready for that next play. Okay, so that bounce up, that get up time is really, really important, and that translates to life. So where in your life can you increase your get up time? When have you dove in the past and then not quite gotten up at the speed you would have liked, right? If you just published a bunch of videos or just finished a big project, it's like, oh, okay, that's great. You did it, awesome. But now you got to keep going. And it's finding this balance between being satisfied with what you've done, being gracious and happy and proud, but also, hey, that's not enough. Like, I am enough, but that's not enough. It's this dancing with dichotomy. How can you balance these seemingly paradoxical things of enoughness? Too much, not enough. Let's continue, right? At the end of the day, it's just let's continue. Let's keep going with it. And I know this is all easier said than done. This is just me trying to reaffirm to myself, me talking these things out helps it get into my body and hopefully inspires that in you as well. So this is just a little reminder on perseverance, on grit, but not solely relying on those things. It's almost like that is the end, even though persistence and grit and things are a means to an end. As John Dewey says, the end and the mean are almost one and the same, of course, paraphrasing and butchering. That's where I think habit's role really comes through. We can't just use grit and perseverance alone. We need to move from intention to action, but make that action become habitual, make that action become automated so that we are more likely to do that thing that will get us to that place of being able to experience and use grit and persistence, perseverance.